This video goes with number 22 from the written work for logs, and it's another graphing one. So we have the parent points for logs right here. 1 over b and -1, 1, 0, b1, and then we can also do like b squared and 2, b cubed and 3 if we need to, if we need more points. We also have to look at what's happening here with the log base 4 quantity x plus 1. Our base is 4. So we're going to use the transformation here that it'll shift left 1. That'll be our asymptote because we cannot have a -1. So I'm going to draw that in first. Then I'm going to plot the points. So I have the parent function here for base 4. Whoops. And then I'm going to, I'll do it in blue, the graph that we're looking at here, x, y. We want to shift left because remember it's always the opposite of what we have in there. So if it's x plus 1, we're actually going to have to subtract 1 from all the x's. So we would have 1/4 minus 1 would be -3 over 4. That lines up with this y. So the y's are going to stay the same on all of these. And then 1 minus 1 would be 0. So the point 0, 0. And then I have 3, 1. And I could also do 15, 2 if I needed to, but just to give me an idea of where it goes off to. Then I go ahead and plot these, and it's just a sketch and it's a little bit hard to see with this grid here, but you can just get as best as you can. Okay, so -3/4, -1 is going to be right about here, and then I'll have 0, 0. And then I'll have 1, 2, 3, 1. And then I know the other one's going to be kind of off over here. So I want to approach the asymptote. So I kind of start here and curve down. Again, it doesn't need to be perfect. And then I know I'm going to be kind of going off over that way. And that's all there is to it for that one. I'm going to do another one just that has more pieces going on with the transformations. So we can pick. So I'm going to also do number 17. So again, we want to have our key points. Our parent would be y equals log base 3 of x. So I can jot down my values here just really quick. You can start doing that with me. So I would have I'm going to actually do 1 over b squared and -2, so that'll be 1/9 and -2, just so I have a better idea of where things sit. 1/3 -1, 1, 0, 3, 1, and 9, 2 if I need it. Then I have to look at what my transformations are. So I have an x minus 2 in there. So that means I have a shift right, a horizontal shift right 2 units. That means I'm going to add 2 to all my x values here. So it's going to always be plus 2 on those. And then the y is going to have a shift, vertical shift up 1/2. So remember the x is always opposite what it looks like, and the y is just as it reads. So then you can go ahead and get the points. And I'll just put a few key points in here. We'll have 2 and 1/9 and negative 1.5, 2 1/3, negative 1/2, 3 and 1/2 for the y, and 5 and 1.5. So those are my key points. Then I can go ahead and just get this plotted. Just do a quick sketch here. And I want to put my asymptote in at 2, because that's right here. I can't have a 2. X cannot equal 2 or anything to the left of that as well. So plot that in first. Vertical asymptote, x equals 2, if you want to write that for the label. And then go ahead and graph it, and just plot the points. And it's going to be something like this. 5, let's see. So one of the reasons I wanted some bigger numbers here is just so I could graph it easier, because I'm shifted over. So again, it doesn't need to be perfect. Mine's not perfect, but just have that sketch in there. I'm not going to do all of number 18, but I'm just going to make sure you're set up for that. And if we have a natural log, our parent is ln x, but remember the base is e. So when we're writing out the values here, our x and y for the parent is going to be 1 over e, negative 1, 1, 0, e1, and then e squared 2 if you need another point. And then on this one, we are compressing, or actually stretching, horizontal stretch. And that's going to be by 6. So on all my x's here, I'm going to multiply all these by 6. And you can just calculate them on a calculator. Just over here, you'll see you would have 6 over e. Just crunch the numbers. Just do it on a calculator. There's an e key. And use that to judge where it is. You don't have to necessarily, you know, do it out exactly. So remember, e is approximately 2.718 and so on. E squared is approximately 7.4, so on. So you're going to have these points for the x's. They're just multiplying all those out. And then for the y, you just have a flip. So just change your signs for the y values. And then go ahead and plot them. And you can see what that looks like on the key if you need to check it out. Hope that helps. Have a great day.